Malcolm Turnbull has been dealt a blow before the mammoth 9-week Super Saturday by-election campaign begins as the government drops further behind Labour. The latest Newspoll, published on Sunday night by The Australian, found the Liberal Nationals' two-party, preferred vote had fallen 1 point to 48, to Labour's improved 52. The government's primary vote also dropped 1 point to 38, equal with Labour. It is the 33rd Newspoll in which the government has trailed Labour. In some good news for Prime Minister Malcolm Turnbull, his lead over Labour leader Bill Shorten extended by 1 point to a margin of 17 percentage points. This means Mr. Turnbull is the preferred PM at 47% to Mr. Shorten's 30%. The poll comes days after Speaker Tony Smith controversially announced the by-elections, including 2 marginal seat contests, would be held on July 28, leaving the 5 seats vacant for 78 days. The extensive delay, which Mr. Smith defended as reflecting the Electoral Commission's advice, infuriated Labour, which accused the government of a sneaky tactic. The party's national conference had been scheduled for the same day. The poll was conducted as the government seized on internal debate within Labour over the party's policies on asylum seeker boat arrivals. Frontbencher Linda Burney was forced to apologise after comments in which she erred from Labour's policy were edited from an official transcript, while new MP Ged Kearney last week hit out at Australia's record on refugees in her maiden speech. After a speech to the Victorian Labour conference on Sunday, Mr. Shorten told reporters that a future government he led would stop the boats. The current government would like to say that there'll be another policy. There won't be, he said. I'm very committed to making sure the boats don't start again. Cabinet Minister Greg Hunt said on Sunday that Labour was divided on border protection. We have a position which is crystal clear, and that is we will not let people who come via this way to settle in Australia, he said. The poll also followed a major blow for the government last week when Pauline Hanson backed out of a deal to support the coalition's company tax cuts. In a further blow, Senator Hanson told 2 Gigabytes on Sunday she would also not support Darren Hinch's compromise proposal to provide a tax cut to businesses with a turnover under $500 million, effectively carving out the big banks. One Nation gained 2 points in Newspoll's measure of primary vote, to be on 8%, just behind the Greens' 9%. Despite reports suggesting some Nationals MPs were lobbying the government to drop the company tax cuts, Mr. Hunt said on Sunday the coalition remained very committed to the plan. Mr. Shorten described the tax cuts as rotten during his speech to the Victorian Labour conference. The by-elections in Longman, Queensland, and Brayton, Tasmania, are expected to be the most closely contested, with the government failing to run in Perth and Fremantle. The long campaign is also expected to favour Liberal candidate Georgina Downer, who is seeking to reclaim Mayo, South Australia, for the government from the Centre Alliance's Rebecca Sharkey.